Not bad for a flood at all. Well, good evening and welcome to the Arbor Hills Nature Preserve in Plano, Texas. Tonight's exercise is a field test of the Wurkkos HD03 Clip-on flashlight. I do want to thank Wurkkos for sending me the light and making the review possible. Well, I know everybody is here to see beam shots. I'll make this very brief. Clip-on form factor. Very simple controls. This is called the right switch, looking straight ahead. This switch controls either flood or spot output. There's a very large number of options for using this light, so a number of either multiple clicks or press and holds of this switch, but everything is controlled through here. I'm not going to go over the UI in detail because it does work exactly as expected. The only thing I will note is that there's no memory in the white outputs when you turn the light on. It is in low. I believe the rationale for that is that this is clipped onto the strap of your ruck and facing somewhat upward towards your face. Maybe the last time you used it, you didn't even have it clipped on, and it was on turbo. Well, it's easy to forget what output level it was in, and then having that turbo output blasting up towards your face may not be a cool thing. In terms of the white outputs, you have Moonlight, low, medium, high, turbo, and then a separate set of strobe SOS beacon. A very generous set of RGB outputs, if you like, flashing, blinking, breathing type of outputs. You're going to be very excited. In fact, I'd recommend stop right now, go immediately to the next chapter where I do the RGB demo, and you may want to go from there directly to add to cart. The other interesting thing about the UI is that, let's say you're in medium flood and you switch over to spot, you'll be in medium spot. So you can switch back and forth. When say turbo flood, that's not giving you quite enough downrange, go directly into turbo spot. So some very interesting features here. I'm not going to babble on about it anymore. I know you're not here to listen to me. You're here to let the light speak for itself. So let's just get right to it. All right, let's look at the RGB outputs. Double click the right switch when off. That's RGB mode. Press and hold to change the color. Off. Back on. There's memory, then just keep double clicking. So that's strobe. Probably the most practical and my favorite, red, blue flashing. Okay, that one's pretty psychedelic. Oh, that one may be even more so. Another one of those. Interesting colors there. And we're back to strobe, so there you have it. And here is a look at the Moonlight output. Definitely looks like it would be good from anything from inside the tent to around the tent. And you can go directly to low from Moonlight. Now we're going to go through the basic white outputs, starting with low, medium, high, and turbo. Not bad for a flood at all. I'm going to try to hold the light steady and then rotate the phone and give you an idea of the field of view. We'll look at spot next. And here is spot starting in low, medium. You may recognize that we're at the bridge where I normally do output level tests. Let's look out over the bridge. High. I've got about 38, maybe 40 yards line of sight if I could peek back behind that tree line in the distance. And turbo definitely gets back in there and gets the job done. And first practical exercise of the evening, close quarters search. You've probably seen this before. We're at the playground. The scenario is your kids were playing out here earlier, dropped something, now you have to come search for it. This is the low flood output. Flood, of course, is probably the best output mode for this activity. Not bad. Okay, medium is totally killing it. I mean, unless I was in extreme close quarters, if I were doing this in general, I think medium flood is what I would definitely use. For path following, I would tend to want to use the spot output. That gives me more downrange awareness. We're in the medium output level right now. I think for basic groomed paths, medium is going to be your best bang for the buck, so to speak. That's what we're in now, because it allows me to follow the path and get just enough information about areas I may get in trouble. I can see the general slope of the terrain, and I've got just enough side to side. That's high, which definitely is an improvement in the side to side as well as downrange, but of course that's going to burn more battery. And here we are at the observation tower, about 34, 35 yards away, and that's a look at the flashing red, blue beacon. So a quick parking lot test. This is medium spot headed out to the truck. And this seems to be an ideal level of illumination for this task. Of course, as we get closer, it may even be a little bit of overkill. Good visibility around each side, so there's another possible use case for you. All right, let's wrap this up one more time through the basic outputs. Low flood, medium, high, and turbo. Again, not bad at all for a flood. Low spot, medium, high, turbo, and getting good line of sight back there, well over 50 yards. Back around to low. Well, there you have it. A very interesting light, probably good for a number of things. Hiking, camping, general exploration, easy to carry. On the subject of carry, I will point out that during preliminary testing, I carried it multiple times free in a pocket, and I did have an issue with accidental activation. So if you want to carry that way, probably get in the habit of using the lockout, and that's all I have for tonight. If there's another test or comparison you would like to see, leave a comment. I'll see what I can do. And as always, until the next review, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for watching the video.